Hey everybody, welcome in. So I hope you like that cool intro I just made. I'm kind of, I'm kind of impressed by it. Anyway, I'm trying to get more fancy with my stuff, but I'm digressing already. So in this video, I want to talk about how to use the polar coordinates in Autocad. So previously we've used absolute and relative coordinates, which is measured by an x and a y value. Polar coordinates is fancy, it's different. In polar coordinates, you need to know the length of the line that you're going to draw, and then you need to know the direction or the angle of the line that you want to draw. So this is where a little bit of geometry comes into play. So if you look at our unit circle here, we have the center of our circle here, and then if you want to draw a line straight horizontally to the right, that's going to be 0 degrees, and then AutoCAD measures these angles counterclockwise as being positive. So you have positive 90 degrees is straight up. To the left from our center, that's going to be 180. Straight down is 270. You could also go back around the other way. So if you wanted, so this could be 270 degrees, or you could also be negative 90. So I want to give you an example of how do we draw lines with polar coordinates. So what I'm going to do is I need to figure out a start point. So it's kind of like when you're making a tent, you want to put your stake in the ground first. So I'm going to create a line on the center of this circle here. Let me make sure that I'm going to turn off all these other gobbledygoos. I'm just going to have my center object snapped on. So I'm going to start my line at the center, right? And then I want to type in the @ symbol because I'm going to go relative to the center point here. So let's say that I want this to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the right. So I would type in 5 and then the less than symbol and then 0. So you don't need to type the degree symbol, just the number here. And then you can see our line went 5 boxes to the right, 0 degrees. So if I wanted to draw a line at, let's say, the same length, so I'm going to go at 5 and then the less than symbol. Let's do 45 degrees. So I'll type in 45. Boom, there we are. So we could do the same thing. Let's do it. This time I'm going to go negative. So instead of having to go all the way around and figure out what's 270 plus 45, I'm just going to go at 5 less than negative 45. I got kind of a Pac-Man thing going on. Pretty sweet. I didn't intend to do that, but I think you kind of get the idea. So that's kind of how basically you do it. So just make sure that you want to type in the less than symbol after your length, and then type in whatever angle you want to go to. So let's do one more, shall we? Sure, we got time. So I'm going to type in L for line. I'm going to go just start the center here. And then I'm going to go at, what can we do here? Let's do some kind of crazy wild thing. So I'm going to go 5 and then angle, like, let's say, let's do 175. So yeah, AutoCAD figures out your angles a lot faster than using your triangles and hand drafting tools. So anyway, that's kind of how you do it. I hope that helped. I kind of like using polar coordinates myself, but I think with absolute, relative, and polar, you have those 3 options available. You can build some crazy stuff, draw some crazy stuff with AutoCAD. Now we're kind of up and rolling. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use the dynamic input to create our lines and our objects. So that's going to be a lot easier, but it's important to know these 3 first before we get to that point. So yeah, I hope that helps. All right, peace out.